inviting us from Georgia, a new higher education institute, uni. I want to say many thanks to Mrs. Carlotta Del Bianco, to Mr. Simone Giometti for inviting us, for our cooperation, for our collaboration for many years. And I want to say 2 words about our partners from Tsikhistavi municipality. It's a region in Georgia, and the representatives of our partners are here. Mr. Georgi Tsiklauri, Mr. So the delegation from Tsikhistavi. So thank you very much for attending this session. And our rector is here also, Madame Tamar Gardabkhadze. And we should start with our presentation. Our presentation is about a very important and very interesting place and region in Georgia. It's Samtskhe-Javakheti. I want to say that the previous presentation was about Kvemo-Kartli region, and we had a very interesting cooperation with our partners from Kvemo-Kartli, New Uni, and Del Bianco Foundation, because this synergy was very important, not for only us, but for this foundation also. And we are waiting for interesting selection of these kind of synergies from World Tourist Organization this year. So let me start our presentation. Storytelling from Samtskhe-Javakheti. This is one oldest regions of Georgia, and many historical and many interesting monuments are there, which are not only a witness of the region rich historical past, but also a national treasure and the treasure of world heritage. Here there are many megalithic monuments, kurgan stones, and many other monuments of the glory of past centuries. Many of them are damaged and remain only in the form of remains. However, all of them clearly bear the traces of an independence culture. It is amazing how genius of the Georgian man was able to create multi-store terraced areas and wall terraces in such difficult orographic conditions where fruit trees and vine grew, water pipes were laid, and the soil was moistened with humus removed from the river floodplains. In the conditions of scarcity of land, this was a very reasonable form of using nature in harmony with the environmental conditions. By selecting the expose and inclination of the slopes, on one of the hand, a high yield of agricultural crops was achieved, and on the other hand, the ecological balance in the nature was preserved. With this form of traditional nature use, this area not only filled the storage of land suitable for agriculture, but also played a major role in the country's economic development. The second slide, please. Here, the second slide. So I need some technical support. Sorry. Thank you very much. This is maps of Samtskhe-Javakheti. Thank you. This is maps of Samtskhe-Javakheti in Georgian and in English. Here we have Samtskhe-Javakheti map, and it consists different kind of municipalities here. It's Adigeni, Akhaltsikhe, Aspinta, Borjomi, Akhalkalaki, and Ninotsminda municipalities. So here we can see very interesting sites of Samtskhe-Javakheti. It's the center of Samtskhe-Javakheti region. It's Akhaltsikhe, Rabati. Then interesting, very interesting sites. It's megalithic fortress, lakes, Vardzia, stone caves, and traditions. So, Samtskhe-Javakheti is a part of historical Meskheti. Meskheti is a general name for historic southwest Georgia. The ancient historical Meskheti included the upper part of the Tqvari Valley, Samtskhe-Javakheti, Kola, Artaani, Erusheti, and the whole Chorochi Valley, Klarjeti, Shavsheti, Taos, Peri, Lazeti, Nigali, Asisfori, Tortumi, Basiani. Ajara and Guria regions were part of Meskheti for some times, but a big part of the historical Meskheti territory is considered as a Turkish republic. The name of Samtskhe comes from the name of the southern Georgian tribe, Meskhetians. Its ancient centers are Odzerkhe and Atskuri. Samtskhe was conquered by Turkey in the second half of 16th century. In 1828 and 29, part of Samtskhe returned to Georgia, but the territories of Tbilisi, Truskabi, Javakheti was firstly, Poskhoy and Tsikhistavi is still within Turkey area. Javakheti was firstly mentioned as a conquered region in the inspiration Argisti I of the king of Urartu from ancient times. Javakheti was one of the Sairistau of the kingdom of Kartli. In the 16th century, Javakheti was occupied by Ottomans along with other parts of southern Georgia. During this period, part of Georgian population moved to their inner regions of Georgia, Kartli and Imereti. People who didn't leave the area were forced to convert to Islam. In this first half of the 19th century, the Russian people and the Armenian population from Turkey settled in Javakheti. Samtskhe-Javakheti is still an ethnically diverse region. So here we can see interesting sites of Samtskhe-Javakheti. It's Borjomi Kharakauli National Park in center, Lake Paravani, Lake Tabatskuri photos. So, short about Borjomi Kharakauli National Park, Lake Paravani, Lake Tabatskuri. Borjomi Kharakauli National Park is located in the central part of Georgia and includes Imereti, Javakheti, and Shida Kartli regions. Its total area, 107 hectares, which is more than 1% of the country's territory. The national park administrative and visitor centers are located in Borjomi and Kharakauli. Paravani is volcanic tectonic type lake in Inotsminda municipality, Samtskhe-Javakheti region. It is located on 2,073 meters above sea level. Lake Tabatskuri is located in Samtskhe-Javakheti region on the border of Borjomi and Akhalkalaki municipalities. So, we have very interesting megalithic fortresses in Samtskhe-Javakheti. It's Shauri Fortress and Abuli Fortress. Short about description. Sorry. Short about description of fortresses, Abuli fortress description and then Shauri fortress. What about Abuli fortress? The Abuli fortress is Bronze Age megalithic structure formerly located in the first Georgian kingdom of Diaochi. Now it is Akhalkalaki municipality in Georgia, Georgia's southern region of Samtskhe-Javakheti. What about Shaori fortress? It's located on the north from the lake Paravani. These are our interesting, very interesting monastery complexes in Samtskhe-Javakheti. The first one is Bardzia and the second one is Bani Caves. It's very important that they are nominated as a very important cultural heritage in Georgia, not only in Georgia but in the world. History about Bardzia and Bani Caves description. Construction of the fortress was started by Georgi III and finished by his daughter, Queen Tamar, who changed its original destination as a fortress and introduced it as a massive fortified monastery. The complex was mostly constructed during 12th century. It was blessed on 15th of August in 1185 in the name of Assumption of Mary. Bardzia complex includes 15 churches. The main church is one of the name of Assumption of Mary. What about Vani Caves? Vani Caves complex is located in Samtskhe-Javakheti in Aspinza municipality at the right bank of the river Mtkvari. This ancient complex of caves is dated no later than 8th century. During 9th and 11th centuries, caves were expanded. These are our very important fortresses in Samtskhe-Javakheti. The first one is Tmogwi, then Tbilisi, Rabati, the center of Akhaltsikhe, and Golden Fortresses. We have also very interesting monasteries here. We have Zarzma Monastery, then Sapara, Julet, Timotisubani, Green Monasteries. Wow. What about cities and resorts in Akhaltsikhe region? We have also Akhaltsikhe, Abastumani, Borjomi, Aspinza, Bagoriani, Likani. These towns are very important not only in Georgia but in the region also because they are resorts and many tourists come to these towns to spend their free time and recover their health. What about Meskhetian dishes? They are very different from our other regions. You see here Meskhetian kada, then khinkali, which means apochti, tutmaji, lukhumi, chechili cheese, and tanili cheese. We have old Meskhetian traditions, which are very important in this region. It's named after Akhaltsikhe Oba, named after Aspinze Oba, and other interesting traditions in this region. You can see here Meskhetian traditions and holidays. They are very diverse, very interesting, and I want to add that Samtskhe-Javakheti region is multi-ethnic and multi-religious. They are not only Georgians but Armenians, Jews, Islamic religious followers, and others. Thank you for your attention and welcome to Samtskhe-Javakheti.